Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. AVAX awaits. Let's see what's going on here. They actually got a really cool pattern here forming. I know it seems overextended and it seems like you want to try to short this coin, but there's a great chance we're going to see a pretty nice little pennant pattern here breakout, mainly because this is the 0.618 fib level. Most recent high just got broken. There's a lot of contributing factors here as to why the price action should surge. Again, a lot of it hinges on Bitcoin doing well and not dropping too hard, right? Because again, altcoins will do that. However, we got to recognize that Bitcoin has a ton of liquidation just above the current price action, upwards of about 70,000. So we need to recognize that that is an important thing to know going into taking a trade with an altcoin, right? Because again, you don't just blindly trade altcoins. You kind of like to look at every contributing factor possible. That's why we look at liquidation here too. Before we get started, though, I want to say thank you so much for all the feedback I got here recently. My community has been awesome. Greatly appreciate your patience too. 47% on Cardano, 50% on ICP, and 52% on Near Protocol. Those are 4 to 5x leverage trades. While we did miss out on Bitcoin by $100 on our entry there, and we would have hit our second, almost third profit target, we're still in pretty good shape here. So AVAX is a strong consideration for a long here. So let's talk about why. First of all, before we get started, do me a favor, hit the like button, comment below. More importantly, just hit the like button and watch all the way through because it does help grow the YouTube algorithm there. Get this in front of more people who deserve it. I get the question a lot, why my videos get such low views. It's mainly just the system in place and how frequently I upload videos. But once again, it is what it is. All right. So all the liquidation levels have been swept at $35. We talked about that yesterday, standard stuff. We got some late longs here at about 34, so there is potential there for incentive to pull the price action down for the whales to sweep that level. So if you do take a long position, don't get too crazy with leverage. Make sure you can sustain it. All right. What I mean sustain it, for example, with our trades here, like these were taken last Thursday, just before the Bitcoin dumped. Had we used high leverage, we would have gotten destroyed, but we used low leverage, we survived, right? I know it seems crazy and counterintuitive, but if you have more successful trades with lower profit, it's better because you're not destroying your account every single time you get liquidated. We haven't liquidated our accounts, or our trades rather, in months, all right? Again, it's the way that it works because we're being safe and conservative. It's not for everybody, but it tends to work very well and is very consistent. What I'm getting at here is that on the daily time frame, you know what, let's start from the top and work our way down. Sorry, I get a little derailed with recommendations sometimes. So let's talk about the current situation. We're at $37. We are where we at for the moving averages, because I know that was the 200 we were looking at yesterday as a potential reality. Well, let's talk here. First of all, we got the 20-day SMA hanging out here just below the price action, and then we got the 200 just above. So that's another reaffirmation that being above this 0.618 fib level is extremely important and more likely to see the price continue further up. Because again, we got this nice doji candle followed by a strong green day. Granted, both these green candles have a lot to do with Bitcoin taking off. It puts a lot of altcoins in better positions, though, is what it does. Because when Bitcoin kind of surges like it does and it goes sideways, Bitcoin dominance starts to pull back, which is doing now, thankfully, and altcoins are starting to sustain. We can continue to see Bitcoin dominance pulling back, specific over this weekend. We're going to be in good shape. Another thing that gives us good shape here, too, is being above this point of control. We were squeezing right into that range here yesterday when we had the price action stuck at that 0.382 fib level. And so again, at this point right now, this is a very positive sign. The only thing we have left to do is get above the 50-day SMA, and it's kind of home free, so to speak. 50-day SMA is a really big deal. Bitcoin's above that now, which is why it's exciting, because Bitcoin has essentially broken bullish at that $67,000 or $66,000 mark. Okay? Maintaining above that 50 is extremely important. So it's not to say that you couldn't still have benefit taken along with this coin. It just implies that we might want to be mindful of that being a resistance. 50 over on the RSI, look at this guy. We haven't seen 50 plus on the RSI since April 1st. A month and a half worth of bearish activity, now breaking bullish. Again, this isn't fully confirmed. The daily candlestick hasn't closed yet, but it looks pretty solid and decent start to the day. We got 3 days of convergence on the MACD after an MACD-FU and a strong convergence roughly 2.5-3 days ago. Obviously, we see the bottom has in, and this is a very common occurrence too. We got this normal support level, and we got this lower liquidity sweep. Extremely common. Unfortunately, this last weekend / Tuesday, Sunday and Tuesday, were terrible days for altcoins. They all just continue to bleed out relentlessly and for no reason. But now that we kind of look at the liquidation levels and everything the way they are, it makes perfect sense. They are just sweeping those lower levels and just taking off with the price action. Keep in mind, with the price action right now, we got upper levels of liquidity at $38 and or $40. Those are the two next areas of consideration for AVAX to hit. So strong chance we're going to see that as a likelihood in the future. Is AVAX, due to just continue straight up from here? Likely. However, it doesn't mean it couldn't still pull back a little bit. Let's talk about that on the, well, hold on. Sorry, 4-hour time frame. Let's quickly note here. Stochastic swinging down. The second swing down carries a little bit more weight. So we might see a pullback here. We're now under 70 on the RSI as well. It doesn't necessarily mean you just sell your position. It just implies profit should have been taken on a long. Okay, so again, slight shift in momentum. Nothing to read into though, because we're still converging on the MACD. And again, being under 70 on the RSI is actually very nice. It's good. The price goes sideways and the RSI goes down. That implies a bullish divergence and the price is more likely to go up. Same thing here on the hourly. As we take a look here, we're well above the cloud. Conversion lines over the baseline, free and clear of the price action. Tons of reasons why the price action is sustaining itself here. We got large volume candles, both here and here, implying we have sustainability. Okay. Again, you could argue this is a double top and it could pull back. Sure, maybe. If it does, 0.5 is the next key level here we want to be mindful of. 35.60 is the next area of retracement if the price doesn't point back. But based on everything we just looked at here so far, and just a potential Elliott wave here as well, right? We've got our nice little waves here. Our 4 should go no lower than this here, right? So just say our fourth wave down should be no lower than $35, which implies our next leg up should probably hit this 1.0 or higher. In most cases, it usually breaks the most recent resistance. Yeah. And then it reestablishes itself as a support and continues on its merry way in a perfect world. Again, that's if Bitcoin stabilizes, which we haven't seen in quite some time. So anyways, let's not get our hopes up, but the general consensus here is that AVAX has broken bullish in a lot of different ways. And I feel very confident in saying that a long position is more viable than a short at this point here for AVAX. So what are your thoughts? Why don't you comment below, let me know. I'd love to hear it. Don't forget to hit that like button before you leave. Trade AVAX on the world's best exchange too, $5,500 in benefit rewards. Use my link to register. And of course, there's no KYC or VPN required too. They've been taking very good care of our community. Deeply appreciate them. We're going to have some trading competitions coming up here soon as well. All right, folks, we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Deeply appreciate your time. We'll see you soon.